Hey guys, take a look at these. A couple mid-90s muscle sleds. 800 triples. Back in the middle 90s when all the manufacturers were having the big shootout of who could make the fastest sled, these two were right at the front. These were leading the way. Maybe, I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you. But they were all building big triples, going for the fastest sled. And Trent and I picked these up this spring. Package deal, a pair of them. Bought them from a friend. He gave us a friend price on them. We couldn't pass it up, so we had to buy them. We've been really into the vintage sleds for many years. And for the last couple of years, we've been kind of picking up some of these classics. We've been playing around with the 650s, carbed and RXL. And now we're going to play around with these couple Storm 800s. These things are pretty neat. Factory triple pipes, and they sound really, really tough. This sled here, this is a 94. So when we bought them, I told Trenton, hey, you take a pick. You decide which sled you want, and that'll be yours. So he picked the white one. It's a 94. Somebody must have put this hood on. They never came with a white hood. So it's pretty cool though. Somebody put all the stock graphics and everything back on it. So pretty neat sled. Came with a brand new Saddleman seat cover. Nice seat. Very, very nice seat. I love the seat on it. Wish mine had it on there. But my seat is at the upholstery right now, at the upholsterer. I had a rip in it, right about in here in the center. I had a rip like right here, typically where they split open. And I brought it to an upholstery guy. He's gonna make me a band to go around it, kind of like on the XCR 440s and some of the XC 600, XCR 600s I think had it too. But he's gonna make a band to go around the seat there to cover up that rip. I didn't want to put a new seat cover on it quite yet. I want to make these sleds prove themselves. We want to ride them. We want to see if they're going to stay together or not. There's all kinds of things we could do to them. The shocks are all rusty on them. Everything's rusty, and these things must have been trailered. This one in particular must have been trailered on an open trailer. All the clamps are rusted. All the bolts on the motor are rusted. And it's killing me not to take it all apart and make the thing look pretty, but I'm going to ride it first. I'm going to make it prove itself, and then maybe I'll put some time and effort into it then. But first I want to get a couple miles on it. This one has a lot of miles already, 6,000 miles. I don't know if that's a lot, if I should be worried, but I'm only going to put a few hundred on a year, under 1,000. And so if I can get a couple years out of it, beating around on the lakes or something, that'll be good enough for me. The white one has 2,900 miles on it, but who's to say that either one of them have the correct speedometer still in them? And so mileage is debatable. Really hard to tell. You never really know. This one has a set of plastic skis on it, on the 94. It's got a brand new track in it. 192 studs in each one of these sleds, so they should hook up plenty. I mean, looks like a steel factory in there. I would not want to get my foot stuck in this track. That would really hurt like hell. On the black one, same thing, 192 studs. It's missing some. It's had some pull-throughs. That'll happen over the years. And it has an extra 10 suspension in it. Somebody went through the trouble to put an extra 10 in it. And they put the extra 10 shocks in the front too, with the different trailing arms and stuff. I'm probably going to leave it. The way I'm going to ride it, I really don't need it. I'm going to look for the flattest, smoothest trail I can possibly find to ride this thing on. And lakes, frozen lakes. All the Minnesota lakes are froze real nice right now. 6 to 10 inches of ice out here. I'm itching to get this thing on a lake right now because it's pretty much glare ice. You could probably hold this thing to the pin all the way across the lake and see triple digits on the speedo. I think I was told 110 is what they did back in the day. I don't know if I'd want to go that fast on it, but I sure would try. Back in my 20s, I would have done it without even thinking it twice. I was built out of rubber back then. I could have bounced off anything, got back on my feet, and rode away. So we're going to have Trenton open up the hoods so we can take a look at these big triple motors with the triple pipes. We've been doing a little bit of work on them so far. And we painted the pipes. We swapped pipes around. The black one came with a DG silencer on it. And I'm old enough now where I'm over the loud noise. And Trenton wanted his to be loud, so he put the DG silencer on the white one. And we put the stock muffler back on mine. And with the stock muffler configuration, these things still sound tough. And so we swapped the pipes too because the black one had EGTs on it. So we wanted to put the EGTs on there, being he's running the silencer just to keep an eye on his exhaust temps. And we took the carbs off both of them to clean them. And I'm doing some new gas lines and a few other things. And like I said, we did take the effort to sand and paint the pipes back up, being we had them off. And we're going to put new springs on. I just put a couple of the old ones on temporarily. I ordered, my God, there's so many springs on here. I think I ordered 60 springs the other day from an account where I get my parts from to be able to do both sleds with new springs. 60 of them. I mean, God, it's unreal. That's a lot of exhaust springs on these things. But take a look at this. 3 cylinders, 800 cc's, just nothing but bad. That's all I can think. Screaming across the lake. If you're sitting in a fish house and hear this thing coming across the lake, you're going to come outside to take a look at what this thing is, because they sound so cool, especially when they're wound up tight. Don't know if I'll be there very often, but I do have the opportunity to do it. But like I said, this thing's really scuzzy inside. Everything that can be rusted is rusted. It's killing me not to replace all these hose clamps and all these bolts and stuff with something nicer, but like I said, I'm going to make them prove themselves first. Normally I would have just tore the thing completely apart and redid it all, but not this time. I'm going to wait. So this is the 94. And I could be wrong about some of this information, but I believe the 94s had steel cylinders in them. And then in 95, they had the Nickel cylinders in them. But I could be incorrect. There is a good possibility of that. It could have been maybe 96 when they went to Nickel cylinders, but I could be right or I could be wrong. Not 100% sure on that one. Please comment and set me straight on that one. I could probably go Google it and figure it out, but what the heck, I'm going with it. But this one's a lot cleaner. Like I said, all the hose clamps are not all full of rust as bad. It's just a little bit cleaner engine, a little bit cleaner underneath the hood. Like I said, this one's supposed to have lower miles, but maybe this one was hauled in an enclosed trailer. Hard telling. But we did order a water pump from a guy in Idaho that I get a lot of parts from. I think his website's called Idaho Picker. A great guy to deal with. Bruce, he's a super nice guy. He seems to always have parts. I've gotten parts for early 70s TXs from him, all the way up to a 95 Polaris Storm. He seems to have everything. Here's that DG silencer. It's 3 individual silencers down there, all connected together with this plate. And it gives you true triple pipes in. And it does sound really good. Love the sound of it. But I also like the sound of the stock muffler too. So they have their goods and their bads. It eliminates a lot of weight by having that DG silencer on it. Don't think it adds any horsepower. If it is, it'd be 1 horsepower at best. But I could be wrong about that too. But it sounds louder, so it must have more horsepower, and it must be able to go faster. Some would say, but I'm not sure. So we are going to go through these sleds. We're getting them close to get them fired up. We rode them into the shop. Not this one though, because the gas line was rotted off inside the tank. We rode it into the shed in the spring. Sometime during the summer, the gas line rotted off inside the tank, and it wouldn't pick up fuel anymore. We took care of that problem already. New gas line, and cleaned the filter out in the tank, the pickup filter and stuff. It's just a metal screen, so we took care of all that stuff. So now it picks up gas out of the tank, and we've test ran it and determined that part's fixed. So we did do a little jetting on the carburetors. Underneath the 95 hood, underneath this one, there is still the factory jetting chart up there. And we kind of went in between for the temperature ranges. They're jetted for good to 25 below. I'm not going to ride when it's that cold out. Those days are long behind me now. So they're jetted now to between optimum. They're jetted to like 0 or 10 below. I think 10 below. They're good to 10 below. And 10 below to like 25 degrees. I prefer to run in the 25 degree range when I'm riding now. 20 years ago, 25 below seemed like a challenge. Let's do it. Now, I'll sit in the cabin, I'll mend the fire. I'm fine with that. I don't need to ride when it's that cold. The windshield's not tall enough for me either. So if it's 25 below, that windshield's doing nothing for me. So I'm not riding when it's that cold. There's nowhere I got to be that bad to want to get on this snowmobile and ride it when it's 25 below out. So I'm fine with putting a little bit, one size leaner jet into them, so I can use that excuse. Nope, it's 25 below out. My sled's jetted for 10 below and above. Nope, I can't ride. Sorry guys, go ahead without me. I'll take the car and meet you wherever you're gonna be. So I'm good with that. So follow along with our videos. This is the early stages of them. We're not gonna do a big tear down on them. We're not gonna do anything like that, but we will get them running, and we'll do some videos of them running, and maybe we'll get them out on the lake and do some videos of them on the lake and see what these things can really do. And I'm sure they're going to be very impressive, and they're going to be fun to ride. So mid-90s, big Polaris muscle sled. Thanks for watching, guys, and comment.